Welcome to another episode of Tongue Twister. Another episode of Smash Writing. I am your host for today, Paul. And today we are going to be reviewing the Netflix film Day Shift. Okay, got that out of the way. I didn't see any. I don't think I actually seen any trailers for this. I just basically heard it, and I was like, okay. The film stars Jamie Foxx, right? Why do I keep thinking he has like an L in his name? I don't know why. Jamie Foxx, David Franco, of course, the younger brother of James Franco, and Snoop Dogg, who leads the cast. Also, as the villain, Cara Zuzia. She is the lead villain in this film. I hope I got her name right. If not, I apologize for that. The movie's roughly 115 minutes, so just under 2 hours, so like an hour and hour and 50 minutes or so. It is an action comedy. So let's just get right into the plot, shall we? This is what we're here. Let's talk about this film. Okay, so Jamie Foxx is... The film opens up and he looks like he's going to clean a pool, and he's cleaning a pool. He goes inside this house and he's searching for something. You don't know what it is. And then an old lady shows up and he just starts fighting her and kicking her ass. But then she converts into a vampire, per se. And the first, 10 minutes of this film is just straight action. Bam, 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 bam. Whoosh. Yeah, bam, 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 bam. All that fun stuff. He finally kills the vampires that were in the house, including this old lady. And you see him taking their teeth, their fangs. So he goes into he drives up to a random building. He goes in, and you get to kind of learn that it's a professional job to be a vampire hunter. And right now, they reveal that he was once in a union where it's a little bit more steady and organized. And now he's just kind of freelancing. That's how he makes his money. Wow. Then you start to get into his personal life. He's not with his wife, but they still have a good relationship. And she then breaks it to him that she plans on taking her mom up with her offer, which is moving to Florida with them. And the reason why she's considering this is because I believe it was the teeth for sure. Their daughter needed braces. Why can't I talk? And I believe it was tuition for her school. And all the price came to $10,000. So knowing that he could lose not only his wife, even though they're not together, you can tell that he loves her very much. And she loves him very much. But now he could be losing his daughter. He swallows his pride and basically you know what? To make this real money, I gotta get back in the union. The guy who helps me get back in the union is Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg plays I guess the the agent that's everybody respects because he gets the shit done and he makes the most money. And he gets him back in the union. And though the union leader doesn't like him very much, he still has to. He accepts him because I'm sure he knows that he's good. But he signs a union rep with him, played by David Franco. Now, as a rep compared to a vampire hunter, it's a whole different world. And the part that's funny is he's jotting down everything wrong that Jamie Foxx's character does. Which the character's name is Bud Jablonski. Yeah, right, sure. Okay, so he's still drawing stuff down and wants to go by the code, but as he sees, the codes on the street during these situations are not easily handled. You have to improvise and everything like that. So he gets in with the action, and his thing is he likes to pee himself when he gets scared. There you go. Wow. Here's where the kicker comes in at through all of this. So, as he's, doing day shifts and hunting, lower level vampires to make the cash and all of that, the villain, which is the villain's name, is, let's see here, Audrey Sanfranio. So Audrey is a real estate agent, but she gets, when she goes up to the old lady's house from the opening scene, she is vicious that this old lady is killed, and she's strong enough to smell the scent, and she connects the lines to get to Jamie Foxx's character. When she finally does, she shows that she's a badass. Like, she is very strong, and she kidnaps his family, basically converts to kidnaps Dave. What is his name? Seth. He goes by, the character's name is Seth, which is played by David Franco. She even kidnaps Seth and converts him. Now, in this world, they have different types of vampires. Several different types, from even ones that can get their heads cut off and get them reattached as more as blood as they get. Once again, they also organize where there are good vampires who satisfy their thirst by blood banks things. Because something like you've seen along the lines of like Blade, where like biting people just is not where it's at anymore. Getting blood is the more professional thing, and living a different type of lifestyle than the old age vampires. Well, the reason why she wants Bud so bad and killing this older vampire from the beginning of the film is because that was actually her daughter. They reveal that she left her daughter behind for a better life. I guess she was a natural born vampire. So when she was bitten, she already had her kid. So the kid didn't receive any vampires. So she went off and gained all these, became strong with it. And when she went back to convert her daughter had already aged. So she did convert her daughter, but now her daughter looked 90 and older than her mom, because her mom was a young woman when she got converted. So now she's out for revenge, and she's going to make Bud suffer and kill Bud as well. Needless to say, Seth gets a hold of Big John, Snoop Dogg, and they form this plan, and they go on a shooting streak and killing all these vampires. And at the end of the day, Bud saves the day by kicking Audrey's butt, defeating all the vampires, and even Seth, who doesn't want the Union to know that he's a vampire, which Bud keeps a secret, and he defends Bud to the Union leader, saying, hey, this code was enforced because he had to use this code, and it annoys the Union leader. And I'm assuming he gets the $10,000 enough to keep his family intact in California. The end. Now, let's actually talk about the actual film here. The story was good. I actually generally enjoyed the story. Here's a guy who now just faced the reality that he's down on his luck. He's going to lose his family. He needs to make that cash. Okay. I love how they actually kept the secret of the daughter and Audrey a secret for like the longest time. There was no indications until you were midway through the film that they reveal that random opening scene of the movie that you thought was random and just maybe to start the story, like, oh, okay, see, he's hunting vampires. Got established. To reveal it, I was like, no, that's her Audrey's daughter. And so I thought this start went, the storytelling was on par. It was good for it. The graphics for the vampires and for the action, I didn't see no sloppiness. Now, I don't know if Netflix didn't spend $200 million on this like they did with the Gray Man or whatever the case. I didn't see any flaws in the. Now, I was saying the graphics were high up there. You know, they were probably mid-quality, right where the budget, but not overdoing it. And they did keep it to a minimum. You didn't really see, you know, like all that stuff. There's scenes. It was highlighted. Boom. Another thing is the cheesiness of adding Snoop Dogg as a black cowboy in middle of San Fernando. Right? I think it was San Fernando. Anyway, they gave him scenes, literally, he was maybe in the film for 10 total minutes, like a glorified cameo. Now, I'm not saying Snoop Dogg can't act. I'm just saying, like, his over-the-top character was definitely not needed any more than the way they did. So I thought they did a good job with that. Jamie Foxx is, you know, a action star who can bring the laughs. And now I will say that the comedy, including David Franco, their chemistry was good. I'm not saying it was the best. I'm not saying it was the greatest. I'm not saying it was bad or average. I'm saying it was good. They didn't really work off of each other, but they connected enough to make you chuckle. And that's the thing. This whole movie, you know, the action was good. Nothing super advanced or anything else like that. The comedy, I thought, had to be probably stronger than what it was. I do like Jamie Foxx and I do like David Franco, but the comedy just needed to be stronger for this film to have a higher grade than what I'm about to give it. So you have that. I didn't think any role was mixed match. The pacing was on point. I mean, under 2 hours is enough for me to like it. You know, if you're not going to give me a complex plot, then move it along. And they did. In the end, I am actually going to give this film a B. Maybe a B plus. Just say like 85%. Fun movie to watch. The only reason why it's something from being an A or an S tier movie is really because when you do got comedy power, you got to bring the laughs. I caught myself chuckling. Like, it wasn't an action comedy movie. It was a action film with comedy elements. To me, it would just be a straight hardcore action film. Because that they wanted to be a action comedy film, and the comedy just made you chuckle a little bit and wasn't the strongest points of the film, in my eyes, that would knock it down. It's not a bad movie. I'm giving it a B plus, 85%. So you can at least see that this is not going to get lost in the shuffle. I mean, right now this year is putting out a lot of films. So, you know, it's going to be hard when we start making up our top 10 of how this year's, how these films went for 2022 and see what goes on to the next year. So, B plus, and that is Day Shift starring Jamie Foxx, David Franco, and Snoop Dogg. Until next time, bye-bye.